everyone, it's Pete Dalladay, and welcome to this edition of On the Links Live, a special Canadian Open weekend version of the show here. And depending on when you're watching it, who knows where things are at the Canadian Open. This could be Friday, you're watching this, Saturday, Sunday, who knows. But obviously, we're not the Golf Channel. We're not the place to be for the most up and current scores and results. But certainly, we're going to have a bit of a Canadian Open theme to the show here today, and a very special guest as well that's going to be hanging out throughout the weekend at the Canadian Open. And we welcome to the program Chase Doby from Rolo Golf. Chase, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Tell us a little bit about Rolo Golf. This is a brand that I became aware of a couple years ago when my buddy Dan started wearing the stuff at the golf course, and people kept saying, "Where'd you get that stuff, man? Where's that Rolo stuff from?" So tell us a little bit about it, how you got it off the ground.
Yeah, for sure. So Rolo, it's been in the market now for about 3 years, and it kind of started. We also own a media agency, and we were able to use kind of those resources from that, and just having a little bit of background knowledge in social media to kind of help launch the product. So having that kind of infrastructure behind us allowed us to kind of get into the market a little more quickly, and a little bit of luck right off the start, having some NHL players and people like Dan kind of pick it up and wear it throughout COVID and kind of share it on social media, allowed us to gain some, pretty fast popularity. And yeah, we kind of got in the market, and now we're, 300 courses, kind of every golf town in Canada, and had another couple, notable celebs wear it, like Adam Sandler and a couple other broadcasters as well. So it's been a fun ride, and allowed us to get into the golf community pretty quickly here.
Yeah, when you have Happy Gilmore wearing your brand, that's pretty incredible. I mean, Happy Gilmore came out probably before your time, but obviously it's one of the biggest golf slash hockey movies of all time. You're fully aware of it. So, what was that like, and how did that happen? How did Adam Sandler end up wearing Rolo Golf? Did you just get it to him and he wore it, or how did it come about?
We still have like legitimately no idea how he got it. I've gone through all the orders online, even tried to see like if it wasn't one of his assistants, but I know he was filming a show here in Toronto, and he does kind of wear like that louder style clothing. So
Yeah.
I think maybe we got a little bit of luck with his stylist probably putting some shirts on the rack, and then I was fortunate enough that he was wearing them. But one of our friends was on set for his movie, and they sent us a photo. They're like, "Is that Rolo Golf that he's wearing?" It was kind of a grainy image. I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like it is. And then over the next couple of weeks, he started posting of just like the shirt on him at his like shows that he was doing. So it
Mhm.
was a pretty awesome moment for us. And obviously, as you mentioned, that Happy Gilmore's kind of the pinnacle for every nonchalant golfer to watch. So it was
Yeah.
pretty cool to see.
Yeah, the only way I think you could top that is if you get Bill Murray in character from Caddyshack wearing a Rolo Golf or something. But I don't know. The latest I heard, he's dating a 43-year-old singer, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to test my luck too much with anymore. I feel like we've maxed out a lot of the luck that we've had as a company
uh,
at this point.
yeah, you got to be. There's an old expression: you got to be lucky to be good, but you got to be good to be lucky. And you guys are good, so that is why luck is coming your way a little bit. And then I mentioned as well, my friend Dan O'Toole was one of your early sort of, I guess, influencers, if you will. And Dan was doing a bunch of stuff in between gigs where he was, promoting Canadian products. And I guess that's sort of the key, right? Is that people love your stuff because it looks good, it feels good, but you're a Canadian company.
For sure. I mean, Dan, throughout COVID, he was doing that series where he was supporting a bunch of small businesses.
Hmm.
And I reached out to him, and he responded like instantly. It was awesome. I was so
Yeah.
fired up when he got back to us. And yeah, he was super nice about the whole process. Ended up posting, did like a hilarious video for us on his feed. And obviously, it really helped the sales and kind of get into his network a little bit more. And Dan's forever got a spot for free care packages coming for him for life now because of
Nice.
it. And no, just an awesome guy, and for him to take his time to do that and help, us and a bunch of other small businesses throughout that time was pretty cool. And yeah, he did it kind of just freewheeling and didn't ask for much or anything. He even offers to pay for the shirts all the time, but we can't do that for him now.
Yeah. Well, keep sending it to them, especially those Rolo golf socks. Those are nice as well.
Nice and comfy.
Yeah, they are. So that's cool. So that's what's happening there. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll get more into Rolo golf as well, but you seem like a pretty young guy, young entrepreneur. How did you get involved in the business side of things, and where did you grow up? That sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. So, I grew up playing sports my whole life, like primarily hockey and baseball growing up. And then I
Hmm.
actually got a scholarship offer to play baseball down in Michigan. So was able to take that. Did 4 years there. It was an amazing experience on that end. And
When you
upon
say down in Michigan, do you mean actually Michigan or?
no, I was at
Okay.
a smaller school down there called Madonna
Okay.
University.
No, still, yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah, still fun. But yeah, once we graduated, we had opportunities for like resume building, kind of
Hmm.
normal jobs like going into finance or whatnot. But we wanted to take a little bit of more of the entrepreneurial route. At the time, we had some popular social media accounts kind of running, and from there, that was essentially how the agency side started. And I was able to start that with one of my best friends, and he was down in a school in Rhode Island, Brown University, and then
Yep.
our other friend here was working at a big agency. So we kind of all came together and said, let's try this for a year on the media side of things. And it ended up doing pretty well in the first year, and we've never kind of taken funding for that company or anything. So it just grew from three kind of guys starting at above a garage in Mississauga to now the 25 employees that we have. And throughout that time, we've always still been interested in other ventures. And we were kind of looking at the golf market and saw an opportunity here with kind of the printed style shirts and
Hmm.
having the resources here to create a lot of content and connect with other kind of golfers. Probably having that sports background helped a little bit on that end. And yeah, that's kind of where Rolo Golf landed. And as it's scaled up, we were able to sell some portion of Rolo Golf to a new equity partner who's been awesome, and he's really helped on kind of the retail side of things. And we handle
Yeah.
a lot of the e-commerce side now.
The name Rolo, I'm sure you're asked a lot. I can't think of the connection really to golf other than the ball rolls. I don't know. Like what's with the name?
It's actually my dog's name. So kind
Okay.
of the starting thing was we were trying to figure out a name, and Rolo Polo kind of fit off the start. And he's like a French Bulldog Boston Terrier. He's actually like the logo. And our initial
Right.
kind of marketing plan was to have him be like the CEO, and he was kind of bossy and loud, and people were he was kind of disrupting people, and similar to how kind of the approaches that we wanted to take going into the company.
Sure.
So that was kind of the play on words and a little bit of like the mantra behind Rolo Golf. And yeah, he's still kicking around today. He's probably in
Oh,
the other room, but
nice.
uh,
He's a celebrity.
yeah, he's probably taking a nap right now. But that's kind of how Rolo came to start.
All right, let's take a look at some of the product there. There's a good look at a couple of your models. I'm going to say probably buddies, but who knows?
Yeah, good friends helping us
Yeah.
out off the start there.
So good look, and then on the women's side as well. I mean, you got which is a huge market, as you know. I mean, I don't have to tell you that, but the ladies are really rocking the Rolo and any other kind of funky stuff. That's got to be a big side of the business for you.
Yeah, I think even just golf in general has become a lot more open recently of who started playing and whatnot. And the women's side of things has definitely been a massive growth area for us on our end. And I think from that standpoint, there might have not been as many options for women typically on the clothing side, and being able to come in and provide, us and a lot of other brands are investing into the women's side of golf,
Hmm.
which is great to see. It's only good for the game, and it's awesome to see more females. Every time you're out on the course golfing now.
Ladies' night, it seems to be almost as popular as men's night, if not more popular. And there seems to be a couple per week as well. They go around, at least here in the Peterborough market. I know there's ladies that tend to, I don't know, maybe if you agree or disagree, but they tend to perhaps not join a golf club. Like, I mean, we have a lot of lady members at the Peterborough Golf and Country Club where I play, but I seem to know a lot of people where instead of joining one club, they will play around and hit the ladies league on a Monday and a Tuesday and then one on a Thursday. It's they like to move around a little bit, it seems. So
Yeah,
at
no,
least down here.
I think the same thing. I think golf's turned really social
Hmm.
recently. More so, obviously people want to play and be serious, but I feel like it's a awesome like alternative and outlet
Yeah.
that people maybe didn't realize before, and it's good to see kind of that women's side really growing. I, from my standpoint, it being in kind of southwestern Ontario, it seems like that's the kind of
Yeah.
case here as well.
Which is great. And as we go into just a quick break, and we won't keep you too much longer because we want to talk Canadian Open, and you're heading down as well to the Canadian Open just after this. But we want to take just a quick time out. And one of the great things I know women and the men love to enjoy on the golf course is a cold sandbagger, which is another product that was a success as a result of COVID, almost similar to what you went through. It was just really good timing on their end. So we'll hear from them and be back right after. Welcome back to On the Links Live, brought to you in part by the Peterborough Golf and Country Club, where they still have memberships available to all categories right now, and exciting news as well. On Tuesday, we'll be announcing more as the Peterborough Golf and Country Club will be hosting the Gary Dalladay Memorial Golf Tournament in honor of my late father, and we're moving it to Peterborough this year after a year at the Quarry, which was great, but moving it back to where he called home for a long time. So we're having a press conference on that on Tuesday over at Peterborough, but look for details on that. It was a busy spot last week with the Sports Hall of Fame tournament there, and just a good spot. Do you like a good Stanley Thompson Classic design? Do you get an opportunity to get on a Stanley Thompson design, Chase, at all?
Yeah, I was able to play Oakdale a couple of weeks ago, which
Nice.
was pretty fun, and it ate me up pretty good. But no, it gives you a whole new appreciation of how hard it is that the conditions they play in, and I'm sure I wasn't even playing close to the conditions that they're at now. But with that rough being so thick,
Oh,
it humbled you pretty quickly, even on the first hole there.
the yeah, I haven't played there, but I played Hamilton, I think, like in a media event like a month before the Canadian Open one year, and
Yes.
that was my biggest takeaway was the thickness of the rough. Trying to get out of that is
Yeah, the
crazy
footwork
hard.
was in place for me that day, pushing it on the fairway. So
So, oh, it's a good though. I mean, Oakdale, there's a lot of history there, and you're heading down there. What's the buzz around? You're a little closer to it, I suppose. What is the buzz there? Corey Connors obviously got off to a great start on day number one. Is this the year that a Canadian perhaps is going to win the Canadian Open? It's been a long time.
I hope so. I mean, I think the last one was like 1945 or something. That some a Canadian won. So
Yeah, I think it was like Pat Fletcher or somebody. Like it's a long
yeah,
time ago. Yeah.
so it'd be good to see. I mean, I think even just with golf being so popular in Canada, like I was shocked last year at the Open how many people were out, how many people were into it. How many young people were there too. So
Yeah.
I hope that keeps up this year. It was just a fun time last year. Even if you didn't enjoy golf, it was just a well-run event. So I'm kind of expecting the same thing for the atmosphere there this year. And, it would be great to see that similar style final that happened last year where it came down to that Sunday round. And I think it was
Mhm.
Justin Thomas and Rory battling it out. But
Yeah.
it'd be cool if it was Corey Connors in the mix this year too. And I'm sure he'd have even more faithful support around him
Oh,
than what happened last year.
what are your thoughts on the Canadian Open? Because I got mixed thoughts a little bit on. I don't want to call it cheesy because I think the hockey rink thing that they have it creates an atmosphere and people are banging on the boards and it's very Canadian, right? And some of the fun that they're having with that. At the same time, I almost wish at sometimes the Canadian Open was like the British or like because I do obviously for us it is a major in a way, right? But I kind of get where they need to kind of do some marketing, do some fun. Where do you sit on all that?
I'm a little on the fence as well with it. I think I like the kind of new style that they're going with to try
Mhm.
and create a little bit of atmosphere. But traditional golf is always so fun to watch, and I think regardless, it's like the appreciation of just how crazy good these guys actually are. Like if you
Yeah.
stand behind any golfer at the event, even if they're finishing last, you're like, these guys can strike the ball. They're so good. They're so calculated with everything they're doing. So you're kind of like, even just walking around the course, picking up a guy on hole, 12, it's still cool to see.
Yeah, it never gets old. That is for sure. And whether the Open over the years, was at the Abbey for so many years, and now that it's moving around, I love that aspect to it. And they're playing some traditional old courses, which is great as well. Now you're going to be looking for Rolo golf fans over the weekend on your social. You're always looking to spot a few fans wearing the Rolo gear.
Yeah, we try and keep it pretty fun. So anyone that we see there, usually we either have some merch on us, or if they're having some sandbaggers or whatnot, we'll go buy them some. And yeah, I'd say that's kind of how we built the audience. Is we're pretty ground level with our audience. We're the type of golfer that is pretty casual and whatnot. So if we can see people that have gone out of their way to support Rolo and buy a product, we usually try and hook them up in some way or another. Even if I see people on the course wearing it, I
Yep.
try and head over to their group, buy them a drink, or even just say thank you on that end. And yeah, so anyone we see at the Open, it's free merch, or try and get them a drink or some food or something like that.
That's awesome. If you can find somebody literally drinking a sandbagger with a Rolo hat or something on, that would grab that photo for me. That'd be great. I know the
I'll
guys
send
at
you a
Sandbagger would love that.
selfie.
Yeah. They also, by the way, also are behind Bee's Knees as well. The Sandbagger crew. If you see any Bee's Knees, it's another great drink. I haven't cracked this one open. It's only like 10:40 in the morning, but it won't be long. As soon as this is done, start the weekend off. But hey, listen, I just wanted to say congratulations, you and the rest of the gang at Rolo. I think it's a great success story. I think it's only going to get bigger and better. The stuff is fun. It's I don't know. I don't want to sound I don't know how I would come across, but I'm just tired of wearing a plain blue golf shirt to the course. I feel better wearing, it's kind of like look good, feel good, and if you feel good, you play good. I'm sort of that's a big with me. It works a little bit with Dan too. Dan O'Toole, his game seems to be better when he's wearing the Rolo stuff. Like he shot 84 last week wearing the Rolo polo. So I
Well,
think it's working, my man.
yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I'm sure he's been in the game for a while, so anything we can get or anything we can help is always good to hear.
All right. Enjoy the Open. It's going to be, I think, a great finish. So many big names there, a great golf course, and we'll catch up real soon, Chase. Appreciate your time.
Awesome. I appreciate you having me out here.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching this edition of On the Links, brought to you by the Peterborough Golf and Country Club as well. Quick shout out to our friends at Tony's Clubhouse. Big on board, always helping out as well. And of course, Sandbagger too. Have yourself a great day. Remember, golf is a game you want to hit it long, straight, and not too often. We'll see you next time on the Links.